He has to hit the button. Check the sound, Skyjacker. Check the sound on YouTube. Make sure the sound's...
I'm gonna. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I was just stuffing my dinner, so I'm feeling quite... Oof.
Fair enough.
I want to sit down in a minute. I'll hunch over and then... Just let it...
Did say there was no rush.
No, I know. Yeah. Dinner takes forever, innit? Yeah.
I don't know,
I don't know why.
Mrs. Skyjacker has it pretty much ready for when I walk through the door.
Good woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to paint rooms, don't you? Now and again, I'd half do it and then leave and done it for over a year.
Right, well, we're all live, mate, so crack on when you're ready.
Virtual Racers Club, once a week pit stop when me and my fellow host here, Skyjacker, decide to box, and take a moment to reflect on the week that we've had in the Virtual Racers Club. Hello, Skyjacker.
Hello, Thingamajig.
It's different every time, isn't it? I don't know. One day we'll have a fixed intro.
I like different every time.
I go into it all. Just I did all right with that one. I kept it short and tight, and I didn't lose the will.
Start off strong and then lose momentum.
Yeah.
No.
So yes, here we are. A week. I don't know how we set time
10.
anymore. I suppose it's a week since release.
Well, a week since release. Yeah. A GT7. Yeah. Got BGT7.
That's it. I've got some strong views about GT7 we can touch on later.
Yeah, if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, but first of all, we'll do our week in review. Yeah, I thought we'd get some more theme tunes going on. Sort of like in certain parts we can have a theme tune for it.
Yeah, man, if you're going to sing it, I'm not singing it.
So, the week, looking back on our week, it's been quite a cushy week here with Tuesday having a break. We'll call that GT7 day. But yeah, there was a week between championships on a Tuesday, all awaiting the Ferraris next week, or tomorrow, in fact.
Tomorrow,
wow,
yeah.
That came down quick. So, yes.
Should be good.
Just getting Discord up on the iPad, yeah. And so this week it was 3 rounds, 3 different championships, but that's it. That was your lot.
Yep.
Being short, I don't know why. So on Thursday evening, we had round 4 of the Pacific Rim Championship. They had their last round in the Japanese tracks before they move on to the Americas. And it's been a solid run for the Japanese manufacturers on home soil. I'm not sure if it's going to turn around. The American tracks are a little bit more skittish. You don't know, that Honda might not be able to handle the tracks a bit better.
The Honda might not like Big Willow. Mm-hmm. Liam's not exactly a fan of Big Willow anyway, is he?
Yeah, I'm seeing Willow and Laguna.
Yeah, and Laguna.
Could be a handful with that Honda. Even you guys with the Toyotas, because they like a long stretch of road, don't they? They seem like they're powerhouses down the straight.
Yeah, they burn a lot of fuel though. And yeah, you're right, they are quite skittish.
We'll see. Yeah, beefy.
Yeah. Hello.
And things. I forgot to turn my internet off out here. I was just about to say, man,
we're starting to get some interference or something.
Is that all back and normal again?
Yeah, that's back and normal now, yeah.
Guys, sorry, that's my IT ineptitude for you. So, yeah, in race 1, Liam Anfield finished first, Skyjacker in second, and Homesick Alien coming home in that 3rd spot, but that's only half a race away. It's not quite the end. You don't get no points for the first part of the race. They race for another 40 minutes. And Liam Anfield continued that win. I don't even think anyone managed to get close to him. He was absolutely on fire at Fuji.
Yeah, he was gone.
And then Homesick, he was what?
He was gone. From as soon as the lights went out, he was gone.
And fuel saving as well, which was the one that astounded me. He was doing well with fuel and doing some incredible fast laps. So well done to Liam.
Yeah, well done indeed.
Homesick Alien came home in second, and Bunny came in third. And to tell you the truth, that could have been any order because with yourself and Bunny and Homesick, what a show you put on for us. There was a battle, a royale for a great deal of that race, if I remember rightly. I think Bunny dropped back a little bit from the pit stops, but then came on strong, and it seemed like to and fro in between you guys.
I was knowing that I weren't going to be as good on fuel as Homesick. I tried to just sit back and fuel save as much as possible, but it didn't give me any advantage over him. But yeah, race the second half of the second race, that was fantastic racing from Bunny. Literally 2 small mistakes cost me P3, and one of them on the last lap in the second to last corner.
But
it was great racing. Great racing
by all involved. Yeah. So the table for the Pacific Rim Championship after
I've not
round
done it.
3. No, that's cool. We'll just do it so far up to round 3. I mean, I know you probably remember this from last week, but excuse me, cough. Now I'm getting disturbed. What? Can you have an ice cream? Or quickly then, because I'm doing the pit stop.
Is he?
Zach says hi to everyone.
Hi, Zach.
He's gone now. So Homesick Alien's at the top of that table. This is only after 3 rounds. This isn't after Fuji's added in, so I'm sure Liam Anfield is leading that championship when that table comes out. But Homesick was at the top with 54, Liam Anfield second with 53, Skyjacker third in 46, Digital Blasphemy fourth 39, Pat fifth 33, Noxie sixth 25, Barry Twin seventh 25 points, Rivixer is eighth on 20 points, Bunny's ninth on 20 points, Turtle is 10th on 13 points, Joker's 11th on 12 points, Electric 12th on 10 points, 13th was Ranger at 9th, and Uncle B. Blurren 14th on 8 points. No, we slowly eradicated that name as the championships go on. Are we all good? Can you still hear me?
Yeah, you're still here, mate.
Oh, you're sitting back there.
Yeah, I'm just letting you crack on. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the Pacific Rim Championship. Now, I've noticed a trend in there, and as you were the brainchild behind that, this soft and super soft tyre compound business.
What about it?
Everyone's saving them for the second race. Is this how you saw it was gonna pan out, or
exactly that?
It was going to be more of a mix?
No, but I expected exactly that. To be honest, I didn't think the super softs will go quite 20 minutes, but because everyone's fuel saving, the tyres are lasting the distance.
Yeah.
So I just look at making some more tweaks for next year, or next season, because last season we could only use the racing softs once. So, but yeah, it's well, I always describe PRC as exactly the same as you. You get half a race practice basically. It doesn't matter where you finish the first race. Use that to work out what you're doing for the second race.
It is good, yeah, you're right. You can sort out your fuels and stuff like that, and how long tyre wear is.
Yeah.
But that's going quite nicely, and a lovely little rivalry there. And I think you shouldn't be too far behind that Homesick Alien and Liam Anfield battle.
I think maybe if I got ahead of Bunny, then maybe. But obviously losing 4 points minimum to the leaders now is a big stretch.
Yeah.
Big stretch.
Well, it's a long season.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly that.
Got some tracks that you're keen on. Willow Springs coming up.
Yeah, Laguna Seca, not so much. Not so much Laguna Seca, but we'll see how we go.
Toyota should be stronger Blue Moon, and I'd imagine, Route X is just who gets the toe at the last lap in it, really. That's it.
Yeah, that's what 75 minutes of you having to fill for 5 minutes of the last lap. Yeah, sorry, mate.
No, that's fine. I like it. I love it. It's just nice looking. It's like carpool, and it's seeing the cars going around. So that's the Pacific Rim Championship going strong. Check it out tomorrow evening on YouTube around about 10 to 8. The stream will be setting off. Then on Friday evening, we had the WRX Challenge for round 10 at Colorado Springs. Our last race, I'm guessing, in the mud for a while. I don't see any championships on the horizon that are going to be slopping around in the mud So
I don't think so, and everyone's going to want to be getting race cars for GT7 rather than rally cars or whatnot. But yeah, maybe some PP road car rallycross event or something like that on GT7 once they fix the lobbies. Maybe we'll see.
Well, but Jeebus, we've got to do those Jeeps at some point.
Oh, I don't know.
They are horrendous but fun.
I don't know. I didn't find them fun when I was trying to do it for the.
Right up.
Yeah, mate, yeah, right up. Get a wing on it. Yeah.
That's it. Massive wing on the back. Stick it right up to a 700, 800 horsepower and see them go. I was thinking that with the when I was having to drive the Tundra or whatever it's called, the bloody pickup trucks, and I was thinking, I wonder if you could get these suits up so they're near like V8 brutes.
Yeah, I bet
you
could.
Go Bathurst, you know.
I bet you could.
That'd be lovely. So yes, in the mud for. Well, the table's not updated on that one, so I'll just tell you the top threes in those. I won't go through the table again because, my gosh, you've already heard it. And it won't make no sense to the results that you're hearing. So in a race of one, someone found some form on mud. I think the finesse of GT7, because we have to drive with a bit more finesse now in the newer game, I think that's translated over to the mud for a certain Racer Brown, because that man looked like he was in total control of his Subaru in the mud around Colorado Springs. So a great start to the round for Racer Brown in his battle with Homesick Alien. I think Homesick Alien was hoping to bag a big bunch of points on Racer Brown here, but it was not to be in the first race. Racer Brown took a great win. He was behind Bunny. Bunny had a good couple of seconds leading that race, and Racer Brown just swarmed up to the back of him. It was unbelievable. So Racer Brown took the win, Bunny in second, and Guesty, a great drive. I don't think his qualifying was too hot, so he had an absolutely massive drive to get that third and final podium. Then on to the second race, the Revenge of Bunny. The Bunny strikes back. So after losing the win in the first race, Bunny comes back with an epic drive to take the win. And Racer Brown follows him home in second, and Homesick Alien gets himself on the podium, but still Racer Brown outscoring him, which is not good for Homesick. Then in the final race, Homesick Alien planted his domination down, and he took the third race by storm, with Racer Brown always catching him. I think he did catch him in the end. I think these them two had a bit of a race off in the last couple of laps, which was quite of a humdinger. But Homesick stayed ahead, Racer Brown in second, and Bunny brought it home in a third spot. You weren't there. You were too tired, weren't you?
Mate, I was absolutely battered after my day at work on Friday.
That's fair enough.
I wouldn't have even been any good to race, let alone like host, and if something goes wrong or whatever like that. So just decided to bow out. So
fair play.
Yeah.
The call of GT7 wasn't too strong, was it?
No, literally, I come home, I started watching the stream, and then I dozed off on the sofa.
That's unadjusted. And then, obviously, another one that we haven't got the tables for you because that only happened yesterday.
Sorry, guys.
The final round. Hey?
Sorry, I've been slack, been busy as hell.
No, well, you want to do the table for goals by now anyway. We've not even got the steward videos together yet.
Oh, actually,
and then you have a little look inside.
I did do a provisional one this morning.
Oh, did you? Oh, yeah. Gosh.
So, but yeah, go on, do the results then.
Go on then. VW Golfs. Round 8, the final round at the Red Bull Ring. And in the first race, Skyjacker took the win from Binko in second and Digital Blasphemy in third place. Again, them three together all the way around, and any one of them could have taken the win in the end. It was stunning. It was fantastic. Up and down the field. I mean, what was 7, 8 of you? And there was battles. There was you three. And then I think Shiren was a little bit on his own, and then there was Electric and Barry Coy all battling behind you. It was non-stop all the way. It's great stuff. Then into the second race, Digital Blasphemy, who showed like he was fast, very fast. He proved that in the first race, and he just needed a bit of luck, go his way, and he got himself in the lead and ran away with it, with Shiren chasing him down in second, and Skyjacker again finishing ahead of Binko in third. And then in the final race, Digital takes the second win of the evening ahead of Skyjacker. and them two had an absolutely fabulous battle all the way, with Shiren coming home in third spot. So Binko was 16 points ahead of you, and I don't think doing dodgy thingamajig math that he's caught you caught him in those, but you did spank him. I said it was mind games. I said he can't win the championship, but he definitely wants to let Binko know for next season.
Okay.
His pace.
Well, provisionally, there is 6 points between us in Binko's favour. I scored 49 points in total last night.
Yeah.
And Binko got 39. So I gained 10 points on him last night.
I
just needed to have needed him to have a worse round than what he did have. So, but fair play to him. Fair play to him.
No, but he did look. Yeah, there was a couple of shaky moments. It looked like he was going to really struggle. But Barry Twins and Electric had the same. Barry Twins was really on the back foot. It was a tough one for Barry because he was only a point ahead of Electric, and Electric finished like 2 places ahead of him in race 1, a place ahead of him in race 2, and Barry Twins, I thought he was defeated, but he came back in that third race. And I think until the table's done and all the stewarding's all done and dusted, it's going to be tied between him and Electric. What have you got provisionally?
1 point.
Don't say who it's for. Torture him.
Between Barry Twins and Electric, there is 1 point.
God almighty. He's there listening. He's going to be messaging, yeah. Please tell me.
Yeah. Obviously, it's only provisional.
Dying to know.
It's only provisional. So,
yeah.
Don't get too excited. Things might change.
No.
Yeah. But, yeah, I noticed as well that you mentioned quite a lot of us all running wide. Yeah, there was a lot of it going on, but as you said in the stream, we were all pushing our damnedest, and obviously just trying to overtake in them golfs. You've really got to push everything you've got to just get alongside somebody, because the tuning's all very similar, our gearing's all very similar.
Yeah.
And I thought I'd go aggressive in the last race and go with a closer gear ratio, and that's what ended up costing me. But Digi could just catch me up so fast on the straights. But yeah, it's up to people. If people feel they were unfairly disadvantaged by somebody running wide, please feel free to send it in.
Well, I don't know. It looked like everyone was doing it, so and why not? It was the last race of the season. Red Bull Ring. I blame myself because I usually try not to choose that track because I know it is. It's. I mean, even I was at the Red Bull Ring. I thought, what am I doing? World Touring Car or the one before that on GT7 in the menus, and I'm doing A1 Ring, Red Bull Ring in the wet, and you can brake forever and you still end up out there. It's either that and spin. What do you want to do? Spin in a pack or just take the safest route out of the corner? It's as long as you don't gain an advantage. It's those that go really wide and they try and take that. They try and lengthen their straight. Lengthen the straight to get a better run down to the next corner.
Yeah.
But it didn't seem like that was going on a lot. It just looked like all of you were racing hard, and it just going out there.
Most of the time we were side by side, and I remember passing loads of people on the last two corners, between the last two corners, from where they'd run wide. And obviously, because I'm on the limit of what the car's doing anyway, I'm running right up to the curb, and I can't, they can't get back on or something like that. But if anybody does feel that they need to, then send it in. We'll always have a look at it. But just saying that, we did see it, but it was just pushing it so hard, unbelievably hard. But we've been like that all season long, door banging, rubbing, leaning, taking advantage of little bits and pieces here and there. But it's been one heck of a hard-fought season. Really has.
It's been great, and we've seen some firsts in it as well. Barry Twins with his win.
Yeah, close for the first time
as well. So we've seen some upside down results, which was lovely. I love that. But the cars are so close. The tracks are so short. It is such a tight knit championship.
Well, that and obviously because of the short tracks, you're caught up quite quickly, and obviously you've got loads and loads and loads of laps in a race. Barry, no, I'm not telling you.
Oh, you are mean. You are so mean. I tell you, Barry, it's electric as a head. I don't know.
Now who's mean for lying to him? Oh. Barry, it's 1 point. That's all you need to know.
Get your calculator out, Barry. Look in the rules and
the calculator
where it tells you all the points, race information. That's obviously not. Oh, you're so mean.
Yeah.
So that's the racing. That was all the racing of the week. Great news, if for those who don't know, I think most of you do, but the endurance for the next race has been opened up.
Yeah.
It's not what he wanted. I know that. I know it's plan B, but it probably is for the best.
I think I think at the minute most of what we do is going to be plan B, isn't it? For a little while at least. But at least we've got one on the calendar. We've got one rolling, sign up being opened, and all that sort of stuff. Good.
It is. It's good stuff. So that's something to look forward to at the end of March, beginning of April. Is the Suzuka 2.5 hour. The qualifying will be on April the 1st. It's no joke. And then on the week after will be the actual 2.5 hour race with Group 1 and Group 3 cars.
4.
Group 4, sorry.
Group 4 cars.
Oh, nice. They're really close, they are as well. You usually find the Group 4 cars when they race. It's tight.
Don't know, they're around Suzuka. Yeah. They're all heavy cars.
Yeah.
Apart from one. Guesty. Alright, don't worry. Yeah, so they're all heavy cars in the Group 4, so they might be a bit heavy on their tyres and fuel. Especially cars like the BMW I know is quite heavy, the Corvette's quite heavy, the Mustang, the Jag, they're very heavy cars on their fuel.
They're going to look sexy now.
Yeah. But I like the mix with the 908 HDI and the R18 11 in the Group 1 list as well. Even though I think vast majority of people are going to go with the TS050 and the 919, aren't they? I think.
Yeah, I've seen a few wanting the Saw Racer Brown, Liam Anfield, both in Group 1 cars. That's a scary.
I think Racer Brown signed up in his in the 030, isn't he?
Yeah, that's what he won.
That's what he won.
What's the name in it?
HPEC.
I wonder if it's going to be the same livery. That'd be nice to see it come out. The dust balls be blown off it.
Well, it's a Coy livery, if I remember rightly.
It's a what, sorry?
Coy's livery, if I remember rightly. Might be wrong. Yeah, I don't know. It's
get busy.
One that I remember seeing before, I think. Maybe.
Matt Psycho in the Group 1s. Yeah, Daz is Andy in the Group 1s. There's going to be some in Group 1s.
Yeah.
And then there's you, Homesick.
No, I've changed. I've gone for Group 4.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Right, sorry, yeah. I'll carry on.
I'm just looking what's shining out, and it's even Stevens down just below you, you know, there were Jim, Pat, Turl, Jokus, don't know Shafty. Webb Smurf, he raced in one thing, didn't he, with us? Because I remember saying his name. I'm sure I've said his name before. Because it's like Web Surfer.
Yeah.
But it's a name. May have done a race or two. I don't know.
Yeah,
I want to say Red Bull Juniors.
He's been taken off the number list, so it's probably not raced in a while. Websmith, where are you?
But yeah, the Suzuka 2.5 hour, that's the next big thing on the horizon. There's nothing else. And well, obviously Ferrari's tomorrow. That's the next big thing is the Suzuka race. But yeah, I forgot about Ferrari. Sorry, Race Brown.
Sorry, you might get a ping in a second.
I have 1 week off, and I totally forget about that week. Tuesdays is dead to me now.
You just fall asleep. Your head goes to sleep.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're going to find. It's alright. The Excel sheet's playing up. So is this thing? This thing is a constant thing of maintenance and upkeep.
What's that?
The stat sheets, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad it's not me.
3 race starts with 1 did not start. Signed up for 1 thing.
Yeah, I've got a feeling it's juniors.
Don't know. Spend too long looking for it. That was a while ago anyway.
So Web Smurfer.
He's
signed up with the Group 4s. It's an unknown quantity.
Oh, well, fingers crossed it turns up.
Yeah, that's always the worry in it with these things. If someone who you're not used to seeing actually makes it and stuff like that. Yeah, and so that's it. I think your championship's still got a way to go, and it's still got 5 rounds left on it, I think. Yeah,
5 rounds. We've only just done round 4. So we've got the American leg, and then the double points Wheel of Doom race, which I'm thinking if you're still on nights, should we make that a 90-minute race?
Days, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, if you're still free in the night, do you want to make that a 90-minute race?
It doesn't look like anything's moving at the moment. No? Not even with the bloody car we're making. I don't know.
You're not even
It's infuriating, man. It's unbelievable.
Is it just the
Every
bureaucracy?
day is a shake your head day.
Is it just the bureaucracy of it then?
I haven't got a clue. I don't know where the loose link is, but I don't know if it's them, it's us. At the moment, I think we're going through an element of finger pointing.
Right.
I think no one wants to take the blame, so everything's at a standstill while we try and work out who the blame is. I mean, oh God, it's a joke. It's a joke.
Is this car ever going to see the light of day?
Well, they've made 5, they've crashed 5, but it just seems to be getting bits in. I mean, we were doing the first part of the build, and it was down to us. We hadn't ordered these top hats for the suspension, so we were kind of, and we could have moved on to something else, but inspection would be in arse and saying, no, we want to weigh it. So we had to finish this first stage for inspection to weigh it before we could move on to the next one. Then we moved on to the next one and found out further still there was more top hats missing. And it's like, whose job is it? Whose job is it? I mean, at the moment, me and Carbon, who were working on it, we're picking our own parts, and it's usually when you do these things, you turn up and the kit's there ready for you to use, like a Lego set. It's like you've bought a Lego set, and then you go into the Lego factory, and you have to use that page at the back with all the Lego pieces and pick out all your own Lego pieces. That's exactly what it's like, but they're not all there, so then you have to go and see the foreman and say, right, you haven't got this piece, that piece, can you order them for me? And then they say, yeah, that'll be 3 weeks. And you're like, but I want to build this now. I want to build my Death Star, for heaven's sake.
But you got to wait. Wow. That's shocking.
Yeah. But, so it's just keeping yourself busy with all these little jobs. And then as soon as the part comes in, it's all of the management, every single person who has some sort of involvement flocks around the car to find out why you haven't done it yet. Thinking the part's been in for half an hour, lads. We're still prepping.
Yeah, what do you want us to do?
And then you get that part in, and then you find out the next bit's missing. Right. At the moment, they've got us building the car but not sticking it together. So we're dry fitting it to make it look like it's together. So when Gordon Murray comes around, we can say, "Oh look, we could get this far if we weren't waiting for you to deliver these cables that we have to put in before the next bit goes in."
Okay.
So yeah, it feels like banging your head against a wall, but they're paying me to do it, and
that's the main thing.
I lost it on Thursday. I nearly walked out, and my boss was like stood there, like hands on my chest, trying to push me back as I'm saying, "Get out of my way, I'm going." So I got blamed for something that wasn't my fault, and I just popped because I've been so cool about it. I'm usually a bit moody about things when they don't go right, but I'm being really chilled about it, and everyone's really surprised how chilled I am, and then suddenly something didn't get done, and they tried to point the finger at me, and I was like, "You can go right off, and you can stick this job as well." And I was starting to walk out the door. It was dramatic, but I stayed in the end.
Well, that's the main thing, because you've got to stay. The work's work at the end of the day. You can't help. You can't help who you got to work with.
That's the problem. Yeah, I know. It's the problem because the composite market is absolutely screaming out for workers at the moment. It's really a skills shortage. So it is one of those literally, I don't need you as much as you need me sort of situations, which is dangerous.
Yeah, it is dangerous. I'm in a similar industry where guys who are good and experienced at what I do, specifically powered access guys, such a national shortage that to a certain extent they're demanding wages to move over. And I've always been lucky in my whole career that somebody will ring me up who works for another company. Do you want to come and do the exact same job for another $5,000 a year more? Yeah, why not? I'll do that.
Yeah.
So
aren't we lucky? Look at us showing off.
Oh well, no, I'm just like I said. I'm lucky. I fell into my career.
Me too, man. I just because I had a slight interest in Formula One. There was a McLaren opened in our area making the SLR, and I applied just because it was McLaren.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it was going to set me up for life. I didn't know it was going to give me a skill that was always going to keep me working and money coming in.
My one was my granddad used to be a courier, and I left school with no prospects or anything like that. And he called into a nationwide platforms depot and asked if they had an apprenticeship going, and they said yeah. Next thing you know, I'm fixing things that lift people up into the air.
Sweet. And it's an industry that's growing because no one uses ladders anymore. They're too dangerous.
No, exactly that. And in particular, the sector that I now work in. So, you know, out of mechanics, powered access engineering is a niche. And then within that niche, I'm in an even tighter niche of van and vehicle mounted and crawler mounted cherry pickers. So, and that's
know what you should do?
Go on.
You and Bunny should combine powers and make one almighty conveyor belt machine that goes up in the air.
For what though?
Don't know why, but it'd just be awesome.
Wouldn't that just be like one of them baggage belts then? Because they lift bags up in the air.
Those big monstrous American trucks you see in those quarries that are moving the stones out of the quarry. They've got that big ramp thing.
Yeah.
One of those bad boys. I've lost the audience now.
Yeah.
So, GT7. Do you want to know what my gripe is?
Go on then.
Do you want to know what I think? Fundamentally, love the game. Think it's great. Graphics, amazing. Oh, had a race at Daytona. It went from light to dark, and the fairground just in the background. It was lush. It's amazing. The rain's amazing. Now I've been explained to the grip. Got nothing at all bad to say. I know I was really bad at slagging the game off in that first week, but now I've got a new method. I do the car up and then put shitloads of ballast on, so the car handles great in the races. I just have to carry a lot of weight and turn the power down. But I don't make no money because every car I have to race, I have to end up spending like shitloads of money on it to soup it up, and then put a load of ballast on to slow it down.
So I've had to do it with a couple of cars now where I put first thing I do when I need to use a car is I go and put some sport softs on anyway, and then if I need to, I'll do things like I'll give it the sports mods, so the suspension, the power and stuff like that. But I'm really holding off. I really don't want to spend money doing up cars, not yet.
See, I'm going all out on that, so I'm not really making money. Whatever I make, I'm spending on the next car to do it up.
Yeah, but
that's the way I'm playing it.
Yeah, but that was the way that we had to play GT1, wasn't it?
I think so. I think that's why I've reverted back to. I was trying to do it, like I said, because it's really weird. The early games, they used to have that beginners bit, amateur bit, and then professional bit.
Yeah.
You bought your second-hand car, and you went through all the races to see what you could race in that car. And just keep modifying it to be able to race it in the next race and the next race until you've exhausted that car. And then I used to go and then buy another car I need and see how many races I can race that in. And that's how I used to progress through it.
You'd always have things like the American Cup and stuff like that, where you could only take certain cars of nationality or brands or whatever. But yeah, they've tried to take it as much back to GT1 as possibly feasible. I personally, I've barely had any time. I had a couple of hours yesterday morning, and I got home from work this evening and I thought, ooh, could play some GT7 or I could do Pitstop. I'll do Pitstop instead.
Yeah, bless you. Because I was rubbing my hands. I thought I've got a few videos to cut up. I haven't heard nothing from Skyjacker all day. He's probably really manic because the weather's changing, so everyone wants a cherry picker. I know you don't like them being called that, but everyone wants an elevating work platform. And so I thought, well, he's probably too busy. I'll have a bit of GT7 tonight. Yeah. And then I got the message and thought, well, obviously Pitstop trumps GT7 any day.
Well, we didn't do it yesterday, so I feel like we, as much as physically possible to try and do one a week.
It is nice. It's nice to touch down. And...
Yeah, if real life gets in the way, then it gets in the way. But if the opportunity's there, I think we should do it. So.
But this is my gripe. Ready? This is my big issue. That what is on my computer, what I have been playing for this last week is not GT7. That is GT Prologue. It's nowhere near a full game. I'm on menu 34 or 35. I'm not even in a race car yet. And I'm near the end of the menus. Where's the racing series? Where's all the endurance racing? Where is it all?
Well, exactly.
Is it suddenly going to open up when I get to 39? Is it suddenly, ta-da, look, we've got all of these racing in proper race cars? Because so far, all they've been doing is making me use road cars. And I'm thinking, I'm getting close to the end of these menus, and where's the goods, guys? Where's the? I mean, when it said I was going to do World Touring cars, and it went PP 600, and we're using road cars again, and I'm thinking, World Touring cars. I'll tell you what, World Touring cars are Group 4 cars, at least at the minimum.
Well, yeah, but even then, if you go like DTM and whatnot, they're GR3 cars, aren't they?
Yeah, virtually, yeah. So even that, Group 3 cars, and I'm just thinking, this is going to stop in about 4 menus time. And I can see the racing cars. They've got Group 4, Group 3, Group 1s, but where is it?
Well, I find it weird that when you click on a racetrack, it shows you what races you've got available in that track, i.e. what series or leagues. But
it doesn't seem a lot.
No, but what each one's individual like it used to be, but then them leagues are along the bottom, aren't they? The menus enter. But I mean, I'm not even anywhere near where you are. I think I'm on book like 29 or something like that.
Hey, not far off then. I think I was on 32 or 33, and I think one of them is ridiculous. You're going wide in your car or something.
Yeah, going wide in it by a wide body kit on it. But yeah, that's one of I know I remember doing that yesterday. But I think it's going to be a spoon-fed game, the same as what Sport was. They're going to drip feed us content.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm getting to the end. We're in the 30s. Wouldn't you at least think if there was 39 menus, that last 9 would at least be starting to get into racing cars, and then maybe the last 4 some sort of endurance racing.
Yeah. Because that's it. That's another one I've noticed. All the races are 5-10 minutes long.
Far. I know, and it annoys me like hell because it's like I know it's a driving sim, not a racing sim, but no one jumps in. No one has a 4 lap race, and no one just jumps straight into lap 1, 20 seconds behind the leader. And it's just like
chase downs.
And I always thought because in the other games that used to be the way it was. You progress through. But then as soon as you got to the racing sort of part, you start doing qualifying and grid starts and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, that so and reverse grids in the leagues and stuff, weren't it? But, I don't know.
It just seems, I think this is like the first half or the first quarter of the game, and they're just going to keep updating it as we go along. But that's not fair, is it?
But
when you release a game.
Yeah, but I expected that to be fair because they did exactly the same with Sport. We will get new tracks come in, we will get new cars, and all that sort of stuff, just the same as what they did with Sport. They'll add to the menu books and stuff like that. So it will come. They just need to hurry up and fix the lobbies. I don't care. I'm quite happy to just do a bring what you've bought league. Group 3 league, it doesn't matter what car you've got, just come and race it on GT7.
Yeah.
That's the point of that.
Yeah, well, there has been talk for Sunday evening. I think there's a couple of guys talking about. Because I haven't got too involved. I was going to look into it, but these other guys they're planning something. So I thought, yeah, fair play, let them crack on with it. Because my main issue is, like I said to you, in the races, I'm souping my car up and then putting shitload of ballast to keep under their 600 pp.
Mm-hmm.
So they're still on sports softs or sports hards, whatever. And I'm just destroying them in the corners. Yeah. I mean, there's been one or two that have re-overtaken me down the straight, but in the corners I'm destroying them. And I'm thinking, well, if we do lobbies at just using PP, is there an advantage to those that boost their car right up and then put weight on to those that are trying to run around in sports? And then you've got the worry of, if you try to put tyre wear in there, does sports and racing tyres obviously going to wear differently? So then you're going to have to impose a rule of a certain tyre.
I was just about to say, you just impose a tyre rule, wouldn't you? You'd have to restrict it to sports soft, or something like that. And if you've tuned your car up and it only works on racing softs, then more for you. I don't know.
No, it's just I don't like them sports softs.
Yeah, but you've got to remember as well.
Once you get
even in a car with sports softs on it, the BMW M3, for example, that I didn't touch at all for boosting wise. I'm creeping around the corner, but the AI is even slower than what I'm going.
I know, but they're really creeping around the corner. I'm just blasting past them in corners. So much fun.
Yeah.
But obviously, then they're coming back at me down the straights. But it's just using PP is all I'm pointing at. I don't know how much restrictive you can be in the lobbies, or if that's just going to be one of those gentleman agreements we have to go with into every race, saying,
I think you can impose tyres, and I think you can impose bans on certain upgrade parts, turbos, superchargers, and NOS and stuff like that. So I'm just going off what memory I have of when Talon gave us a list of what we could or couldn't do. But yeah, they just need to work out the glitches. If they worked out the glitches and made it usable, we'd be in there now testing them properly and stuff like that, rather than I mean, the fact that it automatically sets a load of assists to default on is ridiculous, because you can't even turn them off once you're on track.
Oh God.
So it makes it pointless. And yeah, you're right. I've seen there are a couple of other groups out there trying to do stuff. So I'll keep an eye on what they do and how they do it. But for us, I don't think it's worthwhile. Yeah.
No, well, the thing that's being spoken about Sunday, I think it's just a fun thing. It's just trying the lobbies out again, I suppose, a week after, see if there's any improvement or something. We've had a couple of updates, small ones, and we're meant to be getting a big one on the 14th, aren't we? Which is
today.
Days away. Today? Oh, right. We didn't get it then.
Today's the 14th.
No. But yeah, like I said, that's what I thought. At least by the end of the menus, we were going to be onto racing cars. And I think we're waiting for the next instalment.
Yeah, I think they were always going to drip feed it, mate.
Yeah, I don't see. I'm being old school like me, where you bought a game and it was a complete game, and that was your game. And
yeah, I remember
your game, and
I remember those days too. But I know that they've put microtransactions in for cash, but I do hope that they stick with their guns and not go with charging you for updates and DLC and stuff. So
no, I can't. Well, I mean, I don't understand the microtransaction. I know they on sport you could pay real money for cars. I never wanted to. You grind about 3 races out, you can afford a car. I mean, it seems
pointless.
It seems a bit strange, but I mean, those 20 million cars, they were quite unattainable. I never got to 20 million, so
I've bought a good couple of them.
Did you? I didn't race it over that much, did I?
No, I suppose you don't get.
I mean, the AI is jank. It's got to be awful, but I am enjoying racing again, where I'm just sort of like, doing the racing and stuff like that.
Yeah, fair enough. It's what you like, though, isn't it? Not worrying about bumping somebody. Just cruise at your own pace and still get there.
I so screwed up a corner the other day and just fucking ploughed into this poor AI. Oh my lord! I did the job on him, and I was like, I didn't feel guilty at all.
No,
just continued on in my race and just enjoyed myself. It was great. I didn't wake up the next day and take it to work with me the next day feeling really bad. It was refreshing.
It's crazy that, isn't it?
It was that,
you
I think
can
it
wake
was that
up the next
Fargo
morning.
as well. So yeah, I owed him one anyway because he's taken me out of shitloads of races.
Oh, okay.
And he's on the Civic in those earlier ones.
They
Every
are
time
a
I
bit.
tried to overtake him.
Fraga, yeah, fucking.
Fraga, that's the dude. Yeah.
But now the I don't know. I'm just enjoying going back because I'm not going to get long playing it until these current leagues are over. So I can't be bothered to get my wheel out to play for half an hour. So I'm using the pad, and oh my god, it's like taking me back to being a kid. It really has. I do really enjoy it. I really like it. I like the difficulty. I like the fact it is nails to win races and stuff like that. I want to hurry up and get onto league racing and racing against real people.
Even with my souped up car, I'm at best getting second. It's only the odd one I've won. I don't know if you've got one coming up. It is fucking horrible, man. It's the worst. I spent all day Saturday doing it.
What's that one?
One lap of Nordenschloss in the wet.
Oh.
But it's fucking horrendous. It really is. It's not fun. I just was so happy when I was third and just thought, don't fuck off. Stay here. Stay here.
I'm stuck on the... I say stuck. I'm up to the license with the green Mercedes at the Nordschleife. I can't...
No, it hasn't asked me to update a license yet. I keep expecting to say you need the next license, but it hasn't. So
oh, right. I thought
that
it did.
was what made me think. No,
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I'm on book 35 and I've still only got the first two. I've only got the national licenses. I haven't even got an international license A yet.
Right.
So, and that's why I'm thinking I'm getting near the end of the game. I don't even need those last three licenses. And I was like, what's the schnizzle going on here?
There's definitely more.
Come on.
Definitely more.
Oh, yeah, I reckon there is. I reckon there's going to be like 2 or 3 big ones. It's going to be the next one's going to be the racing pack in it. And I bet you we get a shitload of cars, like new racing cars.
Yeah.
Group 3 and 4 possibly.
Well,
and then the next one will be endurance and dirt, won't it? Or even the uphill shit.
Yeah. Yeah, there's loads of stuff they can still add. But yeah, we'll
bring
see.
back the Top Gear track.
No, that Forza, in it. Forza have the rights to that.
I thought the GT had it once, because I'm sure I've gone round it and I've never had an Xbox.
I'm pretty sure.
Maybe it was one of the others. Maybe it was Grid or something who had it. I thought it was GT.
I'm pretty
One
sure.
of the GTs. I don't know.
No, I might be wrong. Quite often am.
Oh, bollocks to them then if Forza's got it. Are
Yeah.
we wrapping? Did you just say about wrapping up then?
I don't know. You got much else you want to chat about?
I can chat all day, Skyjacker, you know what I mean? I'm quite happy just to nap and chew the fat. We've
I'll tell you what,
spoken about our workplaces and
let's just
talked about
quickly
GT7 a lot.
let's just quickly remind everybody about the raffle. Yeah. So you've got 2 weeks left. There's a link in the sign up channel for the raffle. Just click the link and you'll find a way to enter. Prizes will be drawn, like I said, in 2 weeks on either the Sunday or the Monday, depending on when we do the pit stop, and it will be all drawn live with spinny wheel and all that sort of stuff. So lots of good prizes as well to get you going. The grand prize is I want to say a Formula 4 day at Brands Hatch, along with some smaller prizes of Crater Monster, driving lesson from Racer Brown, pair of heel tread socks, custom race poster by Talleyrand, and if you've seen our posters, you know that's going to be ace. So yeah, get entering. Apparently,
yes.
Top Gear track was on GT5.
There you go. I must have played GT5 then. I used to enjoy it. That used to be my test when I tested the cars out.
Thank you, Pat. So, Pat, the man of the niche knowledge.
He's like Deep Thought from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the big computer they built.
Yeah.
To answer the meaning of life. Pat people. Although
I tried watching the film once.
Or something. Hey?
I tried watching I watched the film once, Hitchhiker's Guide. I never watched the TV program.
No, well, I grew up on the TV program because I think my dad was banging to it, and I enjoyed the film. I didn't think it was that bad. They changed quite a bit from the TV show. I read the book though as well. It's my kind of comedy, that sort of weird, random Monty Python style. It makes no sense kind of humour, randomness. I don't know if it comes across in the commentary.
No.
But yeah, it's no. That's what got me into Dirk Gently, because it's the same bloke who wrote that, Doug Adams, I think it is, or something like that.
Okay.
Who wrote Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, wrote Dirk Gently's something Investigations. It's on Netflix, but the Americans they've done what they do to it, but I've quite liked what they did to it, so yeah.
Fair enough. I know a lot of people didn't like it, did they?
I haven't started Drive to Survive 4 yet, but frigging hell, Drive to Survive 3 was brilliant. I know they said they altered bits, but I mean, you take the Formula 1 out of it and just watch it as like a dramatic, like the Crown or something like that, and you don't take it as serious. And they do a really good job to make it interesting. A sport that's not really that interesting. Drive to Survive do make them exciting.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched all of them in prep for season 4. I've not started watching 4 yet.
No, I haven't.
But yeah, it's riveting. It's great to see all the stuff behind the scenes. And one of the episodes that probably caught everybody a little bit was the Grosjean fire at Bahrain.
Oh my god, yeah. Well, I remember it happening, but
wow. So see, hearing his wife and kids retelling the story from their side of view and his side of the story as well. It was it was good stuff.
I've seen him hugging the guys that got him out when I think his team boss said, "Oh, these are the guys that are first on scene." He just sort of flew in and just put his arms around them.
Yeah.
No need for any other words. He knew what he owed them.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's just it was great. Yeah. I recently watched the 3rd series. I don't know why I'd never cracked on with it, but as the 4th series was coming out, I thought I better get through that 3rd.
Well, I was a bit late to the party.
Series, season. I think Lewis just absolutely trounced it, didn't he? He even took a week off for COVID.
Yeah, resting up with COVID. I want a week off, boss. COVID. So, right. I don't think we're going to get many more in. Hi, guys. Thank you for sticking with us in our ramblings. It's very nice of you.
It's all right. You could join in the conversation.
Yeah, that's the point, isn't it? That is the point.
You don't have to just let me and Skyjack.
I imagine that Coy's at work.
They're the workers, and Pat's probably practicing where?
Yeah.
What is it, Monday night?
Or hammering out GT7.
Is he signed up to the Ferraris? Playing GT7. That's probably what everyone else is doing, just having us in the background playing. Well, the Barry Twins is completing GT7. Is that good?
Completed it, mate. Yeah, Pat is in the Ferraris. Yeah, that's in the Ferraris. Only come out 3 days ago. Yeah, completed it, mate. Rapid Pat in the Corvette.
Rapid Pat.
He's lapping Monza at the moment, apparently. Go on, Pat.
Oh, right.
So,
go on.
All right then. Well, if nobody else is going to pop up, then shall we wrap it up? What have we got coming up this week then?
So this week, tomorrow evening on YouTube, we have the crazy Ferraris. The Group 4 ones are all right though, and they're settled.
Yeah.
It's the Group 3 that's a bit sort of leery, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So, and he's not done anything ridiculous like put up the horsepower to ridiculous amounts or anything, has he?
What was that? Sorry.
He hasn't put the horsepower up to some ridiculous amount. Did he do that once with the Porsche Group 4?
Yeah, I did that with the Porsche. Wish I hadn't. Have a look. BOP.
There you go, sir. You're going to see some absolutely, and I'm sure everything we run with Group 4s, they're such a tight field. They don't seem to spread out as much as the Group 3 cars do. It's just close racing in them Group 4s, and they're all the same model, same stuff. It's just what the skills that the guys bring to the track. So watch out for the Ferraris. At Monza, I believe, as well.
Yeah, I think Monza's right. Well, that's where Pat's practicing, so I imagine it's going to be Monza.
And is it still that same tyre rule? I was having a guess during the stream that, there's 3 races. They've got the super soft, the soft, and the medium to use, and they have to use them at any race they want. So it mixes it all up.
Yeah, I think that's I see that three tyre options are available. So I think he's stuck with the tyre rule.
Yeah, so. And it makes it very interesting because those guys that are on the mediums against the guys in the super softs, by the end of the 15-minute sprint, the super softs are absolutely good for nothing, and the medium guys are coming back at them. It's an interesting.
It is. The Porsches was fun, even though it was a nightmare to drive. The actual championship was fun. So
it was great. It was great to watch. I know you guys are all moaning, but from the streaming point of view, those Caymans were wild, man. They could do anything at any point. You saw people just absolutely just. As soon as they tapped the brakes, they flew off the track. It's just like, wow, there they go. It's great. Here we go.
That was a Larry car to handle.
Changes. Yeah, it was great. So, Ferraris, check them out tomorrow for a championship on GT Sport. We'll be sticking with GT Sport for the time being. Then on Thursday, we've got round 5 of the Pacific Rim Championship, and that is not one to miss at Big Willow. The Group 3 cars, beasts of cars, trying to go around those tight corners of Big Willow. I tell you, Big Willow on GT7, I was loving it. Well, I can't remember what I drove on there, but oh man.
I think I did it in my Viper.
Yeah, it might have been the American Cup thing. I think I was in a Chevy Camaro.
I think I was in my Viper.
Not sure.
That was fun. So
yeah, I liked it. I liked going up the hill and that. It really felt like. But what's going on? Are you on bumper view? That was what I was going to ask. What's it like with the rain? What do you do with the rain? Because it's really,
I don't use bumper view, do I?
Hey?
I use like roof or bonnet cam.
Oh yeah.
So I like to I like to see the edges of my car in front of me.
All right. It's just because in car you get it all landing on your windscreen. You get the
you don't get anything like that.
The wipers washing it away and stuff like that.
You don't get anything like that. You're driving through fog, basically, when it lifts up.
Yeah. When you're behind a car, it's really bad to see, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I had a beautiful moment as well. I don't know where I was racing, but it was like a long straight, and we were coming. It was going downwards, so it might have been Lego Majority as you go down to that hairpinny thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to driving down there, and the sun was gleaming off of like the 3 cars down the straight, and it was like gleaming so much that I couldn't really see the track, and I was like, how have they done that? How have they done it? The gleam is kind of blinding me. I didn't work it out, because it's obviously, it's not blinding me because it's not a real gleam. It's just, I don't know if they saturated the screen a little bit.
Yeah, that's what they've had to do, yeah. They saturate the screen. I also like how when you go through a tunnel, it takes a couple of seconds or half a second or whatever like that to actually adjust so you can see properly. Because you're just driving into a tunnel, you're just driving into pitch black, and then all of a sudden, after you've been in there for a short while, it all evens out and you can actually start seeing bits.
And that was, it's stunning. Well, and that was the other thing why I liked Big Willow, because you bounce in the cockpit now, and when you're coming down that hill bit and stuff like that, you're bouncing around all over the place. You can barely see the road. It's like, oh my God, all right. Do your buckles up a bit tighter, dude. You're bouncing around like a loon.
Softer suspension, mate.
Got like a bit of a sort of a movement within the cockpit, which it really does add to it. It's nice.
Well, will that add to it when you get the VR out on it?
Well, if it has VR, when the VR2 comes. But yeah, I guess that's probably, I don't know, maybe some of it. But yeah, it's because I'm not wearing VR. I'm just playing it on the TV.
Well, no, but I'm saying, I know you like the VR, like you like using the VR for the time trials and stuff like that, don't you? So
it's awesome. Well, you can just look around. You look into the apex of the corner. You don't have to just look straight like you do in a cockpit view. Whereas in reality, you'd be looking diagonally at the apex as you're going into it, aren't you, and stuff like that. So in VR, you could find. Plus, in VR, distances feel so much different in the track because it's. I don't know. I suppose it just felt really weird, like going uphill, seemed steeper like that. Into Lagos, wow, it's like a roller coaster going up and down there. It was such a difference in VR, and I'd read somewhere that they can map it better or give you more of a perspective of it in VR, obviously. Yeah, like Bathurst and driving down, you're pointing, and Laguna Seca was scary as well.
Going through corkscrew,
dropping through the corkscrew,
yeah. So I've never actually tried VR in general, let alone on a racing game. So, Right, what we got for Thursday? You've done. We're at Big Willow. What's Friday?
Is that just Pacific Rim? Look at me, I'm on a roll. And then Friday, we have round 11 of the WRX Challenge, and that is, hang on. Big build up. That is going to be, it's a Bathurst. I knew that. 60 minutes.
Yeah, that's
going to be cracking.
That's why I stopped you there, because I knew it would be a nice little segue.
Yeah, good call. Beautiful. So, Bathurst. Can't wait.
And the car.
Do you think, or day?
Sorry, what?
Is it daytime or nighttime? Looking.
I actually look.
Because it's hard. Bathurst in the dark's hard. You can't see anything. That'd be told. It's 8:15, 6:15. So that's just dusky, isn't it?
No,
that's be pitch black. You lucky devils. Talaran's gone easy on you.
No, that's pitch black.
That's all right.
That's pitch black.
What? It's 6:15.
I swear that's the latest time of day for Bathurst.
Oh, right. All right, then he hasn't gone easy on you. You're going to be in for a torturous hour of nighttime driving. Change your yellows to whites, your headlights. If any of you have got fancy yellow headlights, don't make the same mistake as me, going out there with nice fancy yellow headlights thinking this is great, because visibility is only like 70% of what you have on the white ones.
Yeah, cool.
Trust.
18:15 is the latest time of day you can have a Bathurst.
Right, so he's dark.
He's in the dark.
And I thought Talaran was going, or the admin team were going easy on you, but no. Oh.
It's not meant to be,
and I said in the last stream, that's Racer Brown and Homesick Aliens, like, favoured tracks. So it's going to be a massive clash of the Titans there.
Yeah, watch out for the, as we go through the Dipper, every race we've done there, the Subaru does not like keeping its back end in check going down as you start going down the hill. Yeah.
Might see some pile-ups. It's worth tuning in on Friday night live stream to see a very expensive pile of metal
Subaru. Crumpled up Subarus.
Subaru metal coming down the hill of Bathurst. And then Sunday, like I said, I think something's being formulated. There is talks of something happening, just for fun, for shits and giggles.
Okay.
Nothing. I don't know.
Nothing formal.
It's nothing. I don't know. It's not league thinking. It's just trying to jumble something together that guys can just get together and show off. Hey, Carl. I don't know. It's not even.
Well, the PP 500 thing seemed to work, and if you want to have a look a bit more into that, then that's into the PP, then that'll be something worth doing while we can. Well,
I enjoyed that. Going through the menus, I enjoyed the America 700 or something like that. That was fun. I think that's when I first put on a set of racing softs and thought, "Oh wow, Mama, where's that grip been all my life?"
Is that the one where you do Blue Moon, Daytona, and then Interlagos? Because that's the one I'm on.
I think so. Yeah.
That's the one I'm on.
And Daytona, I think that's the one when it goes dark while you're driving around, and it's just heavenly. Although there's a chicane at Daytona I'm not keen on.
What, the one on the back straight?
Yeah, just that little one. And then the amount of times I missed that first corner because I was just in the roll. I was just in a roll and missed the first. And suddenly I see these red lights and think, oh yeah, shit.
The road course, not oval. See, I can't.
It was the road courses. I think I was doing. I don't know. I was doing something, and I was thinking, this is a nightmare. I don't know if I've done the oval yet. I must have done the oval.
You must have done, but I know that I know this might be unpopular amongst many, but I know will be popular with some. I can't wait to do a speed fest at Daytona.
It's going to kick off.
I can't wait.
I think you should do a 3 series.
A what?
The 3 of them should do a 3-week series, mini seat championship.
What, of oval?
Milk it. Yeah, Daytona, Blue Moon, and Route X.
Mate, that's a good shout. Yeah, a little mini NASCAR series on super speedways.
Mustangs and bloody Chevys and stuff souped up. No, well, I don't know. Just
could do something. I've worked. Yeah, now you've given me an idea. I'll play along with it and see what I can get. See what we can work out.
Well, just Blue Moon. I was bundling around Blue Moon, and I don't know. I just thought this track seems better than it did. I don't know why. I was enjoying it more than I have done in GT Sport.
Of all the ones I've driven so far, there's only one that I don't like what they've done with, and that's Yamagiwa. I feel like Yamagiwa's lost all of its character in GT7. The S is uphill after the first corner, doesn't feel anywhere near as steep. It feels a lot wider. The long sweeping corners feel more banked, so you're not going to scrub your tyres quite so much going through them in theory. I feel that the triple chicane at the bottom of the hills opened up a lot more, so it's not quite so tight and thread the needle job. And likewise with the last chicane, it's not quite the same. But that's just my vibe. But the rest of them, every other track I've driven on, I thoroughly enjoy it. Really good fun.
I found that. Definitely. It might be the physics, though. Physics just make it feel a bit sort of, I don't know, like you're just clinging on.
Yeah, well, that's
clinging on to the track.
That's the other side of it, isn't it? Because you are just clinging on. But yeah, a nice one for that idea, mate. I'll see what I can sort out, come up with.
Oh well, I just because you've got a few decent ovals. You could make a mini championship. I don't know if you're mad enough for North to beat Isle.
Yeah, plus whatever else they add as well, and it's still got BB Raceway in there as well. I don't know if you can cast that as an oval, but it's still the same sort of racing.
Yeah,
but we'll see what we can come up with. We always come up with decent ideas between us. So
yeah. Well, yeah, the lobbies. I mean, I've seen it just as a Google search, so it's got to be on their radar. They must know that that's what people want. They want those lobbies, not much different from what they were at GT Sport.
Like I said, I'd be very surprised if there wasn't a patch this coming update or the next one. So
yeah, because I remember, I think I posted the article in Discord, but I read somewhere where apparently they told the beta testers that was going to get changed when it went on general release. So that's pretty much what the beta testers had to play with. That's like the beta of the lobby.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been updated yet, so maybe they've just had a few Let's hope they've got something special in store, and it's going to be worth waiting for.
They didn't want to delay the game just for the multiplayer.
Hey.
They didn't want to delay the game just for the multiplayer, because I think everyone would have kicked off there. But,
no. And it's like, you said, you and Coy was chatting about once when you're driving around about why would they want to open all the online stuff up when they want people to actually play the game first?
Yeah, and learn how to
play the game because of the progression and get the cars.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it doesn't just chuck everything in your lap like Sport did. I gather that from what I've seen, though, the dailies are still a mess. No change in that. So.
No, I saw Digital Blasphemy had a go, didn't he? And just said he got punted almost at every corner. So.
Yeah, also I saw loads of stuff on Facebook in the last week or so about it as well. But yeah, for me, it's just stick away from dailies. Not particularly. I'm doing the one player because that's the only way to get cars. So just gonna plug along with what I can when I can, and see you guys on the other side when the lobbies are ready.
That's it. I think Sundays are going to be for the general at the moment. Probably always putting some sort of GT7 race on just to play with the lobbies.
Yeah.
As Sunday is like the test night.
Yeah.
So there'll be things. There'll be things on Sunday, but it's probably just experimental. Man, we're going to get all experimental, dudes.
Yeah, but this is where the good ideas come from as well, isn't it? Is by playing around with it and, what about this? And, what about that? And let's try this, let's try that. So.
Have you looked, excuse me,
what?
Have you looked much in the tuning area? I know it's dragging on, but I won't take much more of your time.
Sorry?
You can tune the whole of your car up and stuff like that. Now, in previous games that I remember, and I don't always remember what numbers, obviously I played GT5 because I remember doing the Top Gear track. See, I thought I'd stopped. I thought Prologue put me off, which I think was before 4, I think, or something like that. So I thought I'd stopped after that because I felt so ripped off that it was not even a game, really. It was just the road cars and not very good road cars. But obviously have GT5. I came back.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, in the tune shop, I'm sure in previous ones you could actually sort of like buy a new body. You used to put a racing body on it, and I'd go and buy the body because I've got the Clio all sort of kind of souped up. And then the last couple of things is a new body and a new engine. But when I hover over it, it says it'll get rid of all of the previous changes that have been done to the Clio. And I'm just worried that buying a new engine or buying a body is just the default of getting it back to how it was when you first bought it, or if that is the step up to virtually a racing car.
So the wide body kit, if you've put, a front splitter on side
you
panels and diffuser and whatnot, you lose all of that. You don't lose anything else. You lose your rear rings. Lose, but the engine stuff, you'll lose things like your bore widening and your cam angle and all that sort of stuff. But if I remember rightly, you reach a point in the game and you will have to rebuild your engine.
So you think the new engine is just that? It's not like stepping it up to like a Group 4 kind of...
No, I wouldn't have
turning a road car into like a Group 4 race car. Like the new body would be like because I'm sure on older games you could actually virtually turn your road car into an actual race car with a race car body kit.
I don't know, because I lost interest after 3 and come back for sport. But I remember the Gran Turismo 1 and 2, for example, like that. Yeah, you could get it so that it was competitive with race cars, Group 3, Group 4 race cars. But it wasn't ever classed as a race car. If you get me.
Yeah, because I just wondered how far I could get the Clios, getting close to Group 4 for a Clio Cup. But I'm trying to tot it up, and it's really expensive. Yeah. It's not something you'd want to ask people to do. It's a real struggle.
Well, no, but that's one thing. If we do much, it's just going to be Group 3, Group 4. Bring what you bought. And I think like maybe something road cars with a PP restriction if the PP ratings actually turn out to be okay and balanced. So, like I said, because we've not had decent lobbied stuff, it's kind of hard. I know that a lot of other people have been looking into other aspects of the game and all that sort of stuff. So it's all just a big find your feet learning cycle at the moment.
Yeah. No, we'll get there.
Yeah, we always do.
And GT Sport's still good enough. It's not dated yet. No. There's still plenty of mileage in that old chestnut.
I think so. I think it'll be going for a good couple of years yet, at least, with the servers up and running. So, yeah.
We might have to do a HPEC and Clio Cup on Sport.
Maybe. I think we still can leave Sundays blank, if you like, for working stuff out and whatnot. But
just to experiment.
Yeah, leave them blank for a little while, and just even if it's just meet up on the game and have a laugh and a joke, and like them Samba buses. I know you've not streamed them yet. Those Samba buses were.
Well, that's having breaks on Sunday. I can catch up with some replay stuff as well.
No, I'm just saying that they were absolutely brilliant. They were so much fun. I was literally laughing my head off the entire time. Just more stuff like that, mate. On Sundays, that'll do well.
Yeah.
So
some wacky races.
Yeah.
Penelope Pitstop stuff.
Some crazy golfs.
That's it.
Yeah.
Awesome then. Okay. Well, that's pretty much where we are in the Virtual Race Club. Buy your raffle tickets. It's a prize worth. I mean, I don't know how many have been sold. I don't know how you'd find out that, but I mean, if there's not been many sold, then your chances of winning is got to be higher. You're only doing it out of 30 people anyway. There's only about 30 people that are eligible.
Something like
that.
So
1 in 30 chance.
Yeah.
To have a race day, have a go in a proper race car around Brands. I mean, I haven't been around Brands. I did a drift session in the car park next to Brands. It was sold like it was Brands. I thought I was going to be on Brands, but when I got there and found out I was in a car park next to Brands, I was kind of a bit disappointed. I had visions of drifting through Paddock Hill.
Really? Drifting? They're going to send you in a car to drift around Paddock Hill Bend on your first go, yeah?
Well, they do track days. You never know. I thought
I know they do
cut
track
off
days.
the first part of the track or something. Let us muller up the grass. It was winter, so maybe the groundsman said, "Well, you can only do it now. You can fuck the lawn up now, but in March I'm laying a new lawn, so
that's
you can
That's
piss
all you're
off
allowed
with
to get."
your MX-5s." But yeah, it was at the car park. But Stud, I went and stood because you can get to the sort of side of the track. You can see Paddock Hill Bend where this car park was, and Stud looking down it's scary, man. Even on a bicycle, your stomach could go going down there. It really would. It's shockingly steep. So yeah, a day going around there has got to be cracking.
When I went to
worth £10.
The final round of touring cars a couple of years ago, we sat right at the bottom of Paddock Hill Bend, and yeah, the valley is really steep in the bottom when you hit the bottom.
I just never think the games give it justice. I mean, it does look like you're pointing down when you're going into it, but when you actually see it in real life, you're thinking, I mean, that's steep.
Yeah.
So you'd be out of breath walking like that.
Pilgrim's Drop's actually really quite steep as well.
I can get around that side of the track.
Good fun.
I think all the races I've watched is either Silverstone or Thruxton. Thruxton's me local.
Yeah, well, that's Bath, isn't it, Thruxton?
I don't know. Don't ask me. I was always a passenger. I always got tucked there.
Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure it's Bath.
I always got swept in a group along to watch it. Usually, I think it's Homesick Alien that's dragged me along a couple of times.
Fair enough.
Right.
Funny enough, I went with my brother-in-law.
1 in 30 chance.
Yeah. What? 2 in 2. I know 1 in 30 chance of winning the Brands Hatch Day, but really you got 2 in 30 chance of winning the prize. So, or 1 in 15.
You've got to say at least probably 10 of those tickets might not be sold from Lazy Itis. So really, your odds are 1 in 20. That's not bad. That's got to be worth £10 in anyone's book. I think I should buy a ticket. Me and my big mouth, I forget.
You're not
That's
bought
why
one yet.
Skydeck has to remind you. I haven't bought one yet, no. But then I'd feel really weird about winning one. I know it's like winning that livery competition, even though it was voted by the guys off Discord. It seems weird. I'm not very good at receiving things.
No.
I'm not.
You're a giver.
I get a guilt from winning something. I'm like, oh no, I shouldn't have won. Do you sure you want to say? I won something at work and I felt really bad because I was a contractor and they did a raffle and I won the main prize, which was a Switch. And I felt really guilty because I didn't even work for the company. I just sort of like was a contractor there. And I thought,
and you felt obligated to enter this raffle.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Christmas raffle, and I'm there and like walking around my Switch, and there's people saying, "Don't even work here." I'm like, yeah, I know. Sorry.
Well, that's the luck of the draw, though, isn't it? Got to be in it to win it.
Well, yeah, I bought the ticket, so
yeah,
you didn't have to ask me.
No. Right then. Well then. So you're next on tomorrow, yeah, for Ferrari.
Yeah, for the Ferrari.
Right then.
Baby.
So
Homesick Alien and Racer Brown at Tell. I don't know who signed up for it. I think it's quite a.
It's full.
Got a few signings.
I see it's full. Yeah. Matt, Digi, Barry, Rido, Bunny, Pat as well. Turtle. The return of Luke.
Oh yeah, Luke's back. Watch out, all. He's fast.
Sharon.
Racer Brown, hey.
Homesick, Yokas Proves, Guesty, Racer Brown Electric. So yeah, not a slouchy grid, not by a long stretch of the imagination.
No, it's going to be very fast, and then with that mixed cocktail of the tyres, it's going to make for some interesting racing at Monza. Full pelt, first race.
Full speed.
Speed of those Ferraris. Oh, and one quick question before we go. Did you also hear yourself laughing inside when you heard Lewis Hamilton saying, "Oh, we'll be struggling for wins this season"?
No. I've not been following.
I've gone mad with memes about taking the piss because it's like obviously they sandbag every season. Oh, I think this is the ultimate sandbag as well. I think this is the sandbag of all sandbags.
Mm-hmm.
Did I tell you my theory? No, because it's only just come out, hasn't it? The sideless pod car.
Yeah.
Well, they turned up to fucking Spain with a car with side pods, and if they weren't going to have side pods, why did they bother doing that? I think they're going to have side pods. I think this is the biggest sandbag. They've turned up without side pods. So all the other teams look into, is it worth not having side pods and they don't develop their car? from what they've got, and they've wasted all that time looking into something that the Mercedes probably aren't even going to run. They'll probably turn up at fucking Bahrain with side pods on the car again. And so that's the sandbag.
Well, I don't know though, but they're all going to be out there to try and find loopholes and stuff like that. But yeah, if it is a ploy, then it's a good one.
I want to laugh. If it's got side pods, if it's got, I pray that it's got side pods, just to say, look at that, what a piss take. They had you all, the fucking Red Bull, all up in knots, and fucking all the other teams all in knots.
Well, then they do didn't they do the whole thing of, is that legal? And stuff like that, and then get it banned.
Yeah, it was weird. I remember someone saying, Horner's already put a complaint in, but I saw an interview with him where they said that. He says, I don't know where that's originated from. He said, because we're not at a race. What can I complain about? We're testing. They could turn up with a naked chassis. There is no rules and regulations really in testing. Everyone's testing something. They might be testing something without the side pods, and the side pods might return and stuff like that. Because that's what made me think, I wonder if they're going to put the side pods back on for the first race, and they were just trying something out in that test.
Well, yeah, but it'd be a bit of a twist if it comes with no side pods on, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, well, if they do, but that's when they're going to complain, obviously, because Red Bull did say it's illegal. He did say it is illegal, but what could we complain about? It's tested. And I thought, well, yeah, it's a fair point.
No, that is a fair point. Because like you said, man, you've seen them, man. They stick the air rakes on and all sorts of weird funky gizmos and try all sorts of weird things out.
That's it. So yeah, it's just that. Because all the headlines was like Horner's or Red Bull's made an official complaint, and then I saw that interview. Because I just thought, same thing, fucking hell, Red Bull's starting already. Not even got to the first race yet, and they're already pointing fingers. And then I saw the interview with him saying, "Well, what can we complain about? We're testing. Exactly. We'll see at Bahrain." He did say we'll see at Bahrain, and if he does turn up like that, yeah. But he said he's not going to be the only team, or he reckons all the other 9 teams think that isn't following the rules. There's meant to be some sort of height and width thing. So I don't know.
There's loads of sporting and technical regulations that they have to adhere to, but yeah. Last night you were trying to find the stats. I was so willing you on that you could find them. You were one folder away. If you'd hit the documents folder, it's all in there.
Oh right. See, I just saw the file because usually the current championship is just on a file outside the folders or something like that. The couple of times I've used it. Well, I just kept clicking on it. It was all empty, and I thought, maybe he just hasn't filled it out yet. I should have clicked on the folder.
That's all right.
Well, there you go. I'll know for next time.
Yeah. Right then. So
there wasn't time to read stats anyway. I don't even know what I was thinking about. Them races were so so fast and frantic.
That was crazy.
No moment.
1, 2, and 3, nose to tail the entire race.
It was shocking. It was great. I mean, it'd be shocking if we could get more people on board on a Sunday night. Some of these races that we run, like HPEC and Golfs and such. What I always think, we're full field. Could you imagine?
Mate, the Golfs would have been freaking mental with a full field. Would have been awesome. Yeah. But hey, man, I've had fun. It doesn't matter if it's 7, 10, 15.
That's sometimes I think, could you imagine full field of Golfs wanging around? It'd be crazy.
It would have been crazy.
My head would probably explode. I probably wouldn't be able to follow it.
No, you wouldn't be able to follow it. You wouldn't be able to do replays.
For me, 8 is the magic number because they're all on screen and I can see all the numbers. Because it goes 1 to 8 in the top left. So
8's your favourite because it makes your job easier.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Those things I don't have to. I can just keep an eye on that list instead of trying to use the map because using the map I get lost with who's blue arrows, who's.
Yeah, the fact that it's just a blue arrow.
I can see all the cars. I notice if they shift because sometimes something weird happens when the cars go round a lap and go past the pit stop. Sometimes it shuffles people over and puts them straight back again. But that catches my eye, so I think there's an overtake going on and stuff like that. It's so irritating. Just this weird little thing he does, and it must be just like a millisecond where the name flickers as it goes past the pits. And I always think, someone made a move. And then I look over and it's like they're all in the same position. I
see it every so often. Like the ladder jumps around a little bit and goes a bit funny for a split second. But yeah, it's all fun. I like it. I can't wait for them to sort GT7 out, so we can get on there and do some racing.
Changeable conditions, seeing you all having to run in and get wet. I'm looking forward to that glorious moment. See who thinks they've got the metal to try and stay out there the longest on the soft tyres.
Yeah. And how long's the rain going to last? Is it going to be worth stopping or not? And obviously, most in real life race teams have people dedicated to that strategy and stuff like that, whereas we'll be trying to do it whilst we're driving around and trying to keep our car on track anyway.
You've got the weather radar, innit? So you can kind of see if it's just the end of it's coming or if it's just the whole circle's blue.
Yeah, I've not actually paid too much attention to the weather radar yet, so
I flipped on it once when it was raining and it was just all blue, and I saw there was like along the side of the radar is like a key, and it's like blue, just a light sprinkle, and I think it goes all the way up to a different colour for heavy rain.
You can zoom out as well.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, you can zoom out, so you can see like something like 5 miles away or something like that. The weather 5 miles away, so like I said, it'll be worth looking into properly when I could be motivated to do it.
Yeah, so. And the 2.5 hour race going into the dark. It's going to be beautiful.
Proper 2.5 hour race.
See the lights
start in the morning, finish in the night, or do all night and do all morning, and then finish lunchtime again, like they do in real 24-hour races.
Yeah. Yeah, because for the next 24-hour race that AXR do, I'm interested to see how theirs works out, if it's going to look the same as what it looks like outside whilst I'm commentating.
Right, knowing Groot, I think
because they'll be doing it real time, won't they? They'll be trying to do it real time, I guess.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how that works.
Well, yeah, but can you imagine doing a 3-hour stint at night in the dark? That's going to be hard work.
Yeah. Oh, God,
really
well, I think I did it once at Bathurst. That's why I said, Bathurst in the dark is a nightmare, because you can't see the cars.
No, it's just headlights and glowing discs.
You see these lights drive until they got round to the beginning of the track again, and then you'd suddenly see what cars were what. But on a whole, all you see is these headlights. Yeah. It's all right when they're close together, but after about 2 hours and they've spread out, it's just headlights after that. You don't see cars.
No.
There was a lot of in-car views in that stint.
Just to give you something to look at inside the car.
Cool. Right. Well, yeah, I haven't got nothing more. I don't think I slagged GT7 too much. I just said it's not a complete game.
No.
I don't think there's going to be any proper racing car part to it, which is the bit I was rushing to. I've rushed through these maps, these bloody menus, or I feel like I've rushed through them. Because I've got third or better. I don't keep doing them until I've won it. I just third place, move on.
Third place, move on.
Yeah. It's and now I'm getting close to the end, and I'm thinking, oh bloody hell! I thought I was going to get some racing cars, but you can do custom races. So I suppose when I get to the menus, I'll just go to tracks and make custom races up or something.
We'll see. Like I said, I'm sure.
So where's Sophie then? I haven't met Sophie either yet.
No, and so much for the new AI. But that's what I'm saying. I think there's too much not in the game for them to not feed us it back in dribs and drabs. Like I said, I think they're going to add to the menus, to the missions, to the single player and stuff like that, until a point where you can just enter whatever it is you want to enter. Just like in the old ones.
Well, like I said, I've only got the national licenses, and I'm coming to the end of the menu, so there must be a whole bit they're going to be releasing to do with your international licenses.
Yeah, it must be.
Like a menu set going through the international licenses.
No, I've seen
introducing you to different race cars.
Oh yeah,
throughout
race car collections or something like that.
Yeah. Doing your GT40, starting in the 60s with like GT40 and stuff like that.
The
Le Mans cars.
That would be cool.
Working up to modern day cars. Let's hope. Let's hope they don't take too long doing it either.
No,
I'm nearly at the end of menus. But although I've got loads of missions to do, and I've got loads of licenses still to do.
Right then, shall we say goodnight?
Okay, guys, thank you for joining in. Thank you for sticking with us, Pat. You are a legend. And Coy Cup, I think he was there at the beginning as well. So you two are gold star winners of the pit stop. Well done. And thank you, Skyjacker, for sitting in with me and talking bullshita for a good, hour and a half?
Hour and a half, yeah.
Beautiful. That is really hanging out. I can do that at work as well.
Mate, you may as well just take your phone in and just do it at work.
That's it. So, yeah, thank you guys. That's everything the VRC has to offer this week. We've told you what's happened. We're telling you what's going to happen. And you've told us a lot. We've told you all our opinions on everything else. Thank you for joining us. Peace and love.